Hello, hello. Hold on one moment. There we are. Wow, first try. Oops. Make a little adjustment here. Nice. Good afternoon, everybody, or good morning. It's Tuesday afternoon flow down. And for this class, everybody, if you have one, should have near you a block. A really easy at-home alternative to a block is a pillow, just like a regular pillow from your bed or from a couch cushion, even if it's small, might work to go under our back when we do bridge pose. So one block would be nice, or one pillow of any kind for practice today. Flow down is still a class where we're keeping this concept of vinyasa in mind, so breathing and moving in sync and listening to our body as we go. Let me see if it's time. We'll wait one more minute to start. Benito. Okay. Okay, let's get started. So have a block or a pillow nearby. If you don't have a block or a pillow, like an alternative might be a rolled up blanket or a rolled up towel as well. But usually there's a pillow somewhere in someone's home if you're practicing at home. We'll have legs up the wall later, but if you don't have a wall, a couch or a chair, or even legs just in the air while you lay flat on the back without resting them on anything will be an option. So that's just an optional one as well. Everything is optional. We'll listen to the body. We're going to start in Shavasana today. So the Shavasana is usually done laying on the back. If you're not comfortable laying flat on the back, you might be more comfortable with the feet flat on the ground and the knees falling towards each other, feet wide apart, knees falling in, or you can take like a traditional Shavasana with the legs stretched out long, whatever feels good. And I'll encourage you to lay with your palms facing up towards the sky and close the eyes if you feel comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable closing the eyes, you could keep the gaze softly towards the ceiling above you. And first, bringing your attention to your breath. As you bring attention to the breath, we're going to start with some Ujjayi Pranayama, in and out of the nose. So inhaling deep and gentle to fill the lungs, creating a gentle whisper or the sound of the ocean at the back of the throat as you inhale and as you exhale. In and out of the nose, Ujjayi Pranayama. And it's nice to do Ujjayi laying on the back because you can really feel the expansion in the rib cage. So feeling openness between the spaces in the ribs as you inhale and feeling them come back towards one another as you exhale. openness or expansion as you inhale, expanding the heart center, the rib cage through the back body, the side body, the heart center, and just seeing how full you can make the breath here, moving at your own pace. Right away, we might be aware of what's taking us away from the practice, any distractions that might come in. And we'll keep that kind of openness or expansion as a sort of theme for class or any other intention you want to bring in, focusing on the breath. We will be in to move, so listen to your body, go at your own pace, and keep the breath moving deep and gentle in and out of the nose. If you don't already have the feet flat on the floor, you can have the eyes open or closed, but bend the knees so the feet are flat on the floor. And see if you can flatten your low back down into the floor below, kind of pushing down into the soles of the feet. From there, take your hands up, reaching them towards the sky, not lifting your shoulders. Your shoulders can stay on the ground. So casual lifting the hands and rolling your wrists around in circles. So we're getting some blood throwing through the wrists. Gently bending the knees and the ankles and the hips. Switch directions in the wrists if you've been going one way. And then when you feel ready, bring the knees to the chest, squeeze the knees close, give yourself a hug. Maybe lift the chin towards the chest, head coming off of the ground if it feels good, and then putting the head back down, rolling around a little bit, massaging the spine. And you can stay right here, hugging the knees towards the chest, either around the shins or the backs of the knees, or you can take a few rock and rolls forward and backwards, keeping that rounded spine, chin towards the chest as you do, finding a little bit of momentum, but a lot of control as you come up, maybe floating the feet off of the ground so that they don't touch, staying lifted for a moment before you recline back through a rounded spine. Breath sounds really nice. Check in with the inhale and the exhale. And the next time you come forward, sit with the legs crossed, or if you prefer to sit with the legs out in front of you, you can. We'll take one inhale to reach the hands up over the head, look up at the thumbs, and then reach your left elbow down towards the floor, or left hand first, I should say, right hand towards the sky. If it feels good, you can drop down through the left elbow. Reaching through the chest, so maybe gazing up at the right elbow, breathing in and out of the nose. Always supporting your postures from Mula Bandha, so lifting at the pelvic floor, the lower abdominals drawing in and up, Uddiyana Bandha. Let's stay one more breath. And we'll inhale up, reach both hands high, maybe looking up at your thumbs, and then switch the side. So reaching the right hand down, left hand reaches up first, and then maybe opening through the chest, bending down through that right elbow if it feels good. One breath at a time. Feeling openness and expansion now through the left side of the rib cage. Next, inhale, reach up through center. Maybe both hands come up, and then reach forward to crawl forward onto your hands and your knees. We'll move through some cat and cow movements. So this is one of my favorites for sure, but moving breath and body together. As you inhale, open up the chest, maybe lift the chin and lift the tailbone, opening the front side of your body. And then as you exhale, reverse that motion, lifting the spine, dropping head and tail towards the center of the earth. Follow your own breath. So as you're inhaling, you're opening front body. And as you're exhaling, you're opening up through the back body. Finding fullness on the inhale, fullness on the exhale. Nice. If you want to move side to side, around and around, any sort of intuitive moments of movement are totally awesome and welcome. Stay for 3 more breaths or so. And then your choice, taking down dog if you feel ready, or if you want to move into a child's pose first, you're welcome to go there. We'll stay for about 10 breaths in our first one. So maybe finding some free movement through the head and neck, walking out through the feet and ankles. Make sure the fingers spread wide. Palms feel nice on the floor in front of you. If it feels good, let that head hang heavy. And in honor of slowing down, we could take some fallout breaths here in our first down dog. So a fallout breath is in through the nose, but then out through the mouth. You can stick out the tongue if you want with a little bit of a sigh on the exhale. So if you want to take 2 or 3 of those, we'll finish up this first down dog or child's pose that way. Opening the mouth with a sigh. I encourage sticking out the tongue too to stretch the tongue and the mouth. And then when you feel ready, if you're not in down dog, make your way there. We're all going to slowly walk our hands backwards towards the feet for a forward fold of your choice. So I want you to choose what to do with your hands. Your feet should be hip width apart or wider, parallel to one another, but you might want to hold your elbows or just let your hands dangle towards the floor. Your hands might be higher up on your shins or your knees, your ankles, your toes, and you could move through a few options here. You can sway side to side or find stillness. Again, we'll stay for about 10 breaths in Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Noticing if the mind wanders away, welcome it back to the breath anytime it does. Fullness on the inhale, fullness on the exhale, flowing down. On your next inhale, think about lifting your head to bring the gaze forward just a bit, releasing hands to the floor and crawling back forward through hands and knees. We're going to take a gentle twist now. So our first real twist of the class so far, we'll take the right hand high towards the ceiling, open the chest first, maybe open and close the fist, stretch the fingers and the knuckles. And then twist the right arm under the left as you're ready, rolling onto the shoulder or the right side of the head. Breathing in out of the nose, finding somewhere you can relax. The left hand can stay in front of the face, reach over the head or wrap behind the low back. Remembering Mula Bandha, engaging at pelvic floor, breathing deeply in and out of the nose. Nice. With your next breath, bring your left hand in front of your face. Gently press your way back through hands and knees. And we'll go directly into side 2. So when you feel ready, supported on the right hand, you can lift the left, open the chest. Maybe stretch out the fingertips a little bit and then twisting left arm under the right, threading the needle on side 2, sliding onto the left shoulder, maybe the side of the head, breathing into the length of the neck, all the way down the spine to the tailbone, following that deep but gentle twist, allowing breath to be deep and gentle as well. Ujjayi Pranayama, in and out of the nose. Gently bring that right hand in front of the face for support, lifting your way back up through hands and knees. I'll invite everybody into child's pose, hips over heels, reaching the hands overhead if it's comfortable. The hands can also go back by the feet if that feels better. Any variation of child's pose you like. Taking a moment, if you haven't already, to draw your attention inward, following the breath. As you inhale, gaze forward towards your thumbs, lift up to hands and knees. And as you exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips down back. Finding your way back just for transition. We'll take a three-legged dog first, so find comfort here in down dog, and then lift the right leg up towards the sky. A couple of breaths stretching out through the ankle, feeling that stretch through the standing leg as well. Maybe bending and opening the right knee. And then gently bringing the gaze forward, square the hips and step the right foot between the hands. Flatten the left foot down to the floor. Getting ready for extended side angle, bring the left elbow up to the left knee. Right elbow onto right knee. Our left hand is going to reach over the head, stretching through the left side body. So right foot forward, right elbow on the knee, left arm overhead. If there's any variation here you prefer, you can take it. Deep and gentle inhales and exhales. We'll gently release both hands down to the floor, stepping the feet back to plank and coming all the way down onto the belly, bringing the hands under the forehead like a pillow. First, bending the knees as you relax head, neck, and shoulders and tick-tock the feet side to side. And then gently releasing the feet to the floor, lift the chest, prop yourself up on the left forearm, and then reach your right hand back for your right foot, pulling that foot towards you behind the back. So first you might be looking at your right foot as you're pulling it towards the back side of your body. Once you get the maximum stretch through that back leg that you feel good about, turn your chest forward, bring your gaze forward, try to drop the left shoulder away from the ear. And you can either stay there or let your head hang, your choice. And then gently release the foot behind you. Right hand comes forward. We're going to thread the needle again. So left arm threads under right as the left ear comes towards the floor. You can stay here facing basically down with the left ear towards the floor, or you can slide your right leg up along the floor, bending the right knee, keeping it resting on the ground. A little bit of a frog leg. More restorative here in this posture, so allowing your body weight to sink into the floor below you, breathing deep and gentle in and out of the nose. Noticing where you feel openness in this posture, maybe feeling some openness through that right hip, maybe even through the left hip. Same idea to exit here. So using the right hand flat on the floor in front of your face, lift up your chest, lift up your head, slide your left arm out, your right leg back, And bring both hands back by the chest. We're going to try a cobra or upward facing dog with the inhale. Whenever you're ready, lift the chest as you're inhaling, and then move back to downward facing dog as you exhale. Nice and comfortable in down dog. We'll go right into side two. So lifting the left leg, stretching through the standing leg, opening and closing the top knee. Remember, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. And then gently bring the gaze forward, step the left foot intentionally between the hands as you flatten down the right heel behind you. Lift the left elbow to the left knee, pressing the hips forward to open through the right side body as the right arm reaches overhead. Uddita Parsva Konasana, our side angle on side two. Beautiful. Nice. Soften the gaze, maybe gazing at the right elbow or the palm of the right hand. And then gently release both hands down to frame the front foot, spin up the back heel as you step back to plank. Chaturanga all the way to the floor, bringing the hands underneath the forehead once again like a pillow. Relax head, neck, and shoulders as you bend the knees and tick-tock the feet side to side. Check in with your breath. And then releasing the feet to the floor behind you, lift yourself up again, propping yourself on the right forearm this time. So right elbow under the shoulder, left hand reaches back for your left foot. You're pulling the foot towards the back side. Remember, if you can't reach your own foot, you can always use a strap or a bandana or a scarf or a belt anytime you can't reach your foot, or you can just not reach your foot. That's okay too. Open the chest forward. Breathe in and out of the nose. And then nice and gentle, release the left leg, reach the left hand forward and thread right arm under left. Threading the right arm under the right ear might come towards the floor, resting there. The left leg might slide up or along the knee along the floor, excuse me, breathing deeply in and out of the nose. Again, finding some sort of restoration, a restorative quality to this posture, somewhere you can rest. Still staying intentional with the breath. As you're ready, bringing left hand in front of the face, gently lift yourself up using that hand for support, sliding the left leg back, hands slide back by the chest here for up dog or cobra. As you inhale, lift the chest. As you exhale, let's take child's pose or down dog, your choice. Next inhale, come to your hands and knees from wherever you're at, crawling the feet forward and sitting down behind your feet. We're going to bring the feet together, knees wide in Baddha Konasana or bound angle pose. With the hands can rest anywhere, maybe on the knees, maybe on the shins or the ankles, wherever they feel comfortable. We're going to try some seated cat-cow here. So as you inhale, try lifting your chest up and dropping your head back. And as you exhale, try reversing that motion, sinking your spine backwards, bringing chin to chest. Just a couple of breaths like this. Inhale, lifting, opening through the front body. And exhale, grounding down through the tailbone and expanding through the back body. Nice. One more. When you feel ready to come to a neutral spine, focusing on the opening of the hips here, you can stay with the hands as they are. You can start to fold forward, maybe walk the hands forward. Eventually, the forehead might drop down or chin might come to the chest. Again, it's your choice. Follow your breath. Listen to your body here. We'll stay for a few deep inhales and exhales. So listening to the body, going as far as you're comfortable. Gently bring the mind back to the breath. If it's not there already, one more full inhale and exhale here. Rising out of any forward fold with the inhale, and then extending both legs forward, maybe gently shaking out the legs or giving the legs a gentle massage, whatever feels good. Yeah. Nice. And then make sure you have room to go all the way back behind you. We're just going to go onto the elbows first with the feet flat on the floor, elbows underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers to gently put the palms down and tick-tock your feet side to side. And you can also look the opposite direction of your knees as you tick-tock them. So you want to bring it into the upper spine, trying to open up and lift the chest. Draw inwards at the belly button. Stay like this, or try it with lifted feet. So the next time you come through center, you could lift the feet up. Try to squeeze the knees together if the feet are lifted, and tick-tock the feet side to side. If you want to involve the head again, you're welcome to do that. Some really intentional twisting through the spine. Nice. And then releasing both feet to the floor, recline back and make sure your block is close by, your block or your pillow or your rolled up blanket or towel, because we're going to move into bridge pose in just 1 segundo. Well, after this next posture. So more than 1 segundo, I lied. First, we're going to bring our right knee in towards our chest and give it a little squeeze. And then if you want to, you can stretch out the left leg long. So belly button drawing towards the spine, breathing in and out of the nose. The option to lift the right foot towards the sky, maybe bringing the hands behind the knee or walking them down the calf. If that's available, you don't have to straighten out the right leg. You can just go as far as you're comfortable. And then maybe even flex the right heel if that feels nice. And then very gently bending through the right knee. If it's not bent already, plant the right foot on the floor, switch sides, bringing the left knee towards the chest, giving it a gentle squeeze, and then stretching the right leg long if it feels good. Intentionally flexing through that right foot as it stretches long out in front of you, breathing in and out of the nose. And the option to bring the hands behind the left knee, maybe crawling them on the left calf or towards the left ankle, maybe even flexing that left foot. Seeing where you can be soft through the shoulders and neck always. Deep and gentle through the nose with the breath, Ujjayi Pranayama. And then release left foot flat on the floor, both feet flat on the floor for bridge. So now is the opportunity to take your block or your pillow to gently flatten the low back and lift the hips, sliding the block underneath your low back. Again, somewhere near the sacrum or the tailbone, you can have the block, blanket, or pillow at any height, any thickness that feels supportive, where you can stay for a couple of minutes. So we will be here for about 6 minutes. Yep. And you can stay exactly as you are, with the feet flat, hands, palms facing up if that's comfortable. You can also bring the arms out wider like a cactus or a T shape, hands overhead. I do recommend palms facing up in all of those options. And then, of course, if you want to change around your positioning in the legs, the feet, you're welcome to do so. Deep and gentle through the nose, bringing the mind to this posture, feeling openness through the rib cage with every inhale, expansion on the exhale. Now is a great chance to kind of scan the body, checking in from head to toe, inside and outside. Bring the mind back if it has wandered away from the breath, remembering to focus on every moment of every inhale, every moment of every exhale. A gentle physical reminder at Mula Bandha, the root lock. Noticing if there's anything you'd like to change for the remainder of our time here in this bridge pose, knowing that you can always exit a posture sooner if you need to change or adjust. Otherwise, we'll be here for about 2 more minutes. Gently taking 1 or 2 breaths to come back to your body if you're not here already. Just scanning once again from head to toe, inside and out. When you do feel ready to put some weight into the feet, remember to draw inwards at the abdominals to lift the hips off of anything below you and bring them to the floor. You might like tick-tocking the knees side to side here, or hugging the knees in towards the chest. Perhaps crossing one leg over the other feels nice. Any sort of counter stretching you'd like. What we're going to do next is move into a pose where our legs are elevated. So the easiest transition from where we are right now, which is laying on the floor, to elevate the legs is to just bring your feet to center and lift them up towards the sky. And this can be pretty restorative. You don't have to put in too much effort. You have a nice flat back on the floor. You can bend the knees. You can shake your legs. You can bend your knees a lot. You can hug your knees to your chest. So this is option 1. If you want to, if you have a bed, a couch, a coffee table, a chair nearby, and you can just turn your body to rest your feet. Even if the knees are bent, that can be really nice, resting your heels on top of something or allowing your heels to fall against something, depending on how high it is. Do you practice in your kitchen? Your refrigerator door would work, that kind of thing. A door, make sure the door is locked if it's a door humans walk through. Or you can turn your mat to put your feet up the wall, which is what I was thinking about doing. You're good. Do you want to stay there? I can go right here. And depending on where you're at, again, you might be laying flat on the floor with your feet up the wall. You might be laying flat on the floor with your feet suspended in the air above you. Any variation you like. This is what we're calling our pose before Shavasana. I'm modifying class a little bit. We're doing this 45-minute version today for fun. 45 minutes for fun. Okay, so with your feet elevated, or if you're choosing some other restorative posture that feels really nice in your body where you can rest for up to 4 more minutes, that's the goal, is to find somewhere where you feel really relaxed, really comfortable. If the feet are elevated, great. If the heart is elevated, awesome. Find somewhere you can bring the breath into your slowest version of Ujjayi so far. So being super duper patient with your inhale and your exhale, taking your time, being extra gentle, but still trying to fill the lungs with every inhale and empty the lungs with every exhale. Bringing the breath into balance with intention for just a few more moments here before we enter Shavasana. Listening to the body, if it's asking for anything else, giving yourself time and space to go there, or remaining with the feet elevated for about 3 more minutes. Bringing the mind back, if it's not on the breath already, just for 2 more minutes of inhale and exhale. Softening and opening where you can, focusing on the breath. Allow yourself 3 more breaths here. Allow them to be intentional, slow, and full. And then depending on where you are, what position you've decided to stay in, you're welcome to stay as you are for Shavasana, or to release your feet to the floor by rolling over to one side and moving into a more kind of traditional Shavasana like we started class in, laying flat on the back or perhaps even laying on your side. Remember, there was one option with the feet flat on the floor and the knees falling into one another, kind of knock-kneed, which can be really comfy on the low back. So this bent knee option is possible. Whatever feels good as you rest here in Shavasana, the goal is to release all the intention of the practice and just bring the mind to observation. Not allowing the mind a space for judgment or opinion, but just allowing the mind to observe the body, scanning muscles, bones, and spaces between, to observe the senses, the energy moving through the body, any sense of prana, and to allow the mind to also observe any sense of spirit or divinity, and allowing the mind that space of pure observation to be restful. When it wanders away, bring it back. A few minutes to rest here in final resting pose, Shavasana. Gently encourage your mind back to observation if it's not there already, just noticing where you are, noticing the breath, watching it in its natural relaxed state, not controlling inhale nor exhale, observing the breath, observing the body. Taking in another moment of stillness and then deciding only when you feel ready to bring intention back to the breath, beginning to inhale and exhale in a way that feels full and good, beginning to move the body in a way that feels full and good, no rush. You can stay as you are for as long as you like. If and when you do navigate back to a seated position, you can keep the eyes closed or softly gaze towards the floor down the tip of the nose, giving yourself a moment when you do arrive to sit upright with the hands either in the lap or palms together in front of heart center. I'll finish with the mantra Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. You can join in or you can listen, followed by the sound of one Om. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Thank you for flowing down today, wherever you are. Don't forget to drop us a line, give us a like, leave us a comment. Thank you for practicing with me. Thank you for practicing with us. We hope that you practice again with us soon. That class was really fun, and that you come to give us a visit when you have the time. Adios, amigos. Have a lovely day.